Some of the biggest names in comics take a turn in the absolute universe. Daniel Warren Johnson and James Harren tell stories from Absolute Batman's early days. How did Bruce first acquire his Batmobile? And what was it like for Black Mask party animals when Batman first hit the scene? Absolute Batman 2025 Annual Issue 1. We start with a flashback to Bruce's childhood. Bruce asks, why did they do that, Dad? Are they extremists? Bruce's father, who in this universe is a teacher, replies, I wish I knew, Bruce. I don't know. I'm just one person. I can't fix the world, but I know maybe what I'm good at, teaching. Every student I meet gives me a chance to make a difference in their lives. Maybe someday one of my students won't make the same mistakes these people made. And what about you, kiddo? What will you do? We then cut to Absolute Batman standing with a flamethrower over the burning bodies of neo-Nazis, their flag engulfed in flames. In the background, we see another flashback. Bruce Wayne takes an excursion outside the walls of Gotham City, seeking to arm himself for his upcoming crusade as Batman. He drives into Slaughter Swamp on the outskirts of the city limits, where poverty runs deep and even the priest has lost hope. It's a sprawling, tense place made up of those who have slipped through the cracks of society, immigrants, the homeless, and the forgotten. As Bruce pulls up in his Jeep, the store owner looks up and says, finally made it. Bruce steps out of the car and says, sorry, long drive from Gotham. The shop owner replies, come on in then, city boy. As requested, explosives modified, rubber bullets, bean bags, the works. Bruce begins examining the ammunition and weapons. Are they non-lethal? He asks. The shop owner smirks. Less lethal. This version of Batman doesn't exactly follow the no-kill rule. He doesn't kill for fun or sport, but sometimes it happens. In other universes, he never would. The shopkeeper continues, I should know better than to ask, but what's all this for? Bruce replies simply, I've got my needs. And I've got mine, the shop owner says, taking the cash from Bruce. Bruce then asks, the large project at the edge of town, what's going on with it? The shop owner shrugs. Some company came in with big money and big promises. 3 months into construction, they up and left. Just like that? Bruce asks. Who knows why? The man replies. What's left is what you saw when you drove in. We're all those people from, Bruce asks. Hell if I know, says shop owner. Came looking for something better, didn't find it. As Bruce steps outside, he hears someone shouting, a voice filled with threat. The shopkeeper says, leave that alone, son. Nothing you can do. A gang of men wearing pig masks are threatening to beat up a mother and her child. But of course, once a hero, always a hero. Batman has no choice but to get involved. Just as one of the pig masked thugs raises his hands to strike the child, Bruce Wayne steps in, landing a powerful punch right to the man's head. The other gang members glare at him. Bro, you just made a big mistake. Bruce wipes the blood from his knuckles and says calmly, we'll see. The shop owner suddenly pulls out a wrench and strikes Bruce from behind, dropping him to the floor. Should have listened, city boy. The shop owner sneers. From the shadows, a new villain steps forward. Dee Jay, what do we have here? Dee Jay grins. The shop owner replies, out of towner, savior complex. As Bruce struggles to get up, he shouts to the nearby immigrants, run. Dee Jay laughs. I love city boys, he says, driving a hard kick into Bruce's stomach. Dee Jay crouches down and smirks. Hey, chin up, man. It's your lucky day tonight when we finally pay back the harbor city that turned its back on our boys and embraced the swell. All that changes now, starting with you. Father Peters jumps on top of Bruce Wayne just as the gang of masked pigs is about to beat him to death. One of the pig members yells, Father Peter, get out of the way. Father Peter responds firmly, Jeffrey, I've known you since before you could walk. This is not you. Jeffrey slowly removes his mask. Dee Jay then says coldly, leave those people on the ground where they belong. Let's do what we came here to do. Bruce wakes up, clearly hurt. Father Peter says, I hope you don't mind. The hospital's a good hour away. They really got you good. Got us good, I should say. Father Peter's face is also beaten and scarred from previous attacks. Bruce says, won't happen again. Father Peter nods. All right. Bruce picks up a picture of Father Peter's with a machine guns pointed at him while he protests. Bruce asks, is this you? Father Peter replies, replies, a long time ago, I made a lot of friends during that time, all of us chasing peace on a never-ending journey, it seems. Bruce questions a tattoo on the boy's arm. What does it mean? He asks. Father Peter replies, 6 months ago, we had an outsider come recruiting. I don't know much about him except that he's been prying on the holes in the hearts of our boys. All the men here, really. He's given them a dark place to go, Bruce says. They said something was happening soon. Father Peter nods. The boy and his mother, they're from an encampment. They plan to run them all out of town tonight by any means necessary. Bruce asks, where are you going? Father Peter says, stay here. Father Peter continues and say, they torched your car. I'm sorry. Bruce says, doesn't matter. Bruce continues, sometimes peace isn't an option. Sometimes words don't work. Dee Jay forces around the encampment, but then the police pull up. The officers say, you know we can't let you do this. But instead of stopping them, they start laughing hysterically and place two masks on top of their head. Dee Jay says, good to have you here, brothers. Good to have you all here. Let's clean up this town. The encampment watches in horror as neo-Nazi groups attack, beating everyone indiscriminately. Dee Jay shouts, do you see this? Do you see me? I am the new truth. I am power, pure power, white power, as he raises his arm in a neo-Nazi salute. Just as Dee Jay raised his hands to give us the salute, Batman appears behind him and brutally cracks his arm in true absolute Batman fashion. Dee Jay screams in agony. Dee Jay looks on as absolute Batman turns on his forces. First, he drives his boot into one of Dee Jay's men, then grabs a police officer and delivers a one-winged angel, the signature move of AEW wrestler Kenny Omega, smashing the officer's head into the ground. Batman methodically dismantles the neo-Nazis. One of the remaining gang members grabs an immigrant child, shouting, don't come any closer, as he presses a gun to the child's head. The other gang members and corrupt officers retreat, leaving Batman to face the shopkeeper gunman. In a flash, Batman hurls his batarang, striking the shopkeeper in the eyes, then follows up with a vicious knee to the head, dropping him to the floor. The terrified child runs off, and Batman notices a set of keys lying nearby. Everyone else has fled as Batman walks towards Dee Jay, the lead of the neo-Nazi group. Dee Jay, with his one good hand, reaches for his gun and screams for Batman to stay back as he fires wildly. But before he can get another shot off, he's met with Batman's fist. Batman tackles him to the ground and begins pounding Dee Jay's face over and over again with brutal intensity. As Batman is about to beat the living hell out of Dee Jay further, Father Peter runs in and jumps between them, just like he once did with Bruce Wayne, to protect a life. Batman growls, what are you doing? Father Peter pleads, this won't fix it, it won't. Batman, enraged and trembling, stares him down. Father Peter continues, I don't know how to make it better. I only know how not to make it worse. Please, this isn't the way. Could this prequel to Absolute Batman have been the moment that softened Bruce Wayne's stance on killing? Suddenly, Batman, enraged, shoves Father Peter aside and screams, this is my way. He slams his fist down, delivering the death blow to Dee Jay as thunder cracks and rain pours, lightning flashing across the sky, illuminating the wrath of the absolute Batman. The rest of Dee Jay's men are hiding out in the headquarters as news from the encampment spreads that Dee Jay is dead. The remaining soldiers begin arming themselves while Batman returns to the shopkeeper with the keys, looking to gain his own advantage. This is a prequel to Absolute Batman series. If you're wondering where Batman got his Batmobile, it comes from a modified construction truck provided by the neo-Nazi shopkeeper, massive and imposing, just like an Absolute Batman. As Batman stares this towering piece of heavy machinery, Batman starts up what will soon be known as the Batmobile. Meanwhile, the neo-Nazis rush to the pawn shop looking for guns and ammo, only to discover everything is gone. Absolute Batman has taken all the guns, all the weapons, all the artillery. Fear spreads through the group as several of them whisper, oh my God, get back, something big is coming. The Batmobile comes roaring through, smashing down the house and plowing over the neo-Nazi group. This early Batmobile, really a modified construction truck with massive wheels, is built to tear through anything in its path. Absolute Batman steps out of the truck as the neo-Nazis open fire, but it doesn't faze him. He draws his battle axe and begins cutting through them. Limbs, heads, anything in its path. Panic spreads. One of the men screams, get back, man, you can't do this. We're human beings. Batman drops the axe, pulls out a flamethrower, and says, no, you're roaches. Batman ignites the flamethrower, burning flags, burning bodies, burning the entire house down. As the flames rise and the neo-Nazis scream, Absolute Batman watches the inferno. There's only one way to deal with roaches, he says. Burn them. Father Peter returns with a medical bag, desperate to help any survivors he can. Batman looks at him, fire still reflecting off his armor. Why? Why are you doing this? Father Peters gazes at Batman and says, "You have your way," he says quietly. "I have mine." Absolute Batman leaves the town reflecting on his father's words. "You did a lot of amazing things when you were younger, Dad. You made a difference. You did something meaningful. I'm going to do that too. I'm going to be just like you." He learned very early on Absolute Batman and Martha and Thomas Wayne were peace protesters. His father was a teacher who wanted peace, but Bruce thought differently. In an ironic twist of fate, young Thomas Wayne had known Father Peters. He had been protesting alongside him, and he had the same guns pulled on him. As Bruce looks at the picture, he thinks, "I just have to figure this out." Thomas Wayne replies, "That was before the mustache. We barely knew what we were doing. I guess I barely know now. But you, Bruce, I know your nature." Thomas Wayne continues, "I know who you are deep down. You have a strong and compassionate heart. All you have to do is be yourself, no matter what you do. I will always be proud of you." In front of the Batmobile, Bruce Wayne breaks down crying. He has become the person his father never wanted him to be. His father was a man of peace. His best friend was Father Peters, and yet Absolute Batman has become a killer. Thomas Wayne believed in teaching. Absolute Batman believes to burn it all down. The next part of this Absolute Batman annual is called a sanctuary. We see a group of black skull mask wearing bandits break into a large church, raiding the kitchen for food and supplies. They are then told to arm themselves, as Batman will be coming. One of the black skulls, who appears to be a child, is named Victor. He notices pictures of his mom and dad. The black masked soldiers are preparing themselves, arming with knives and making makeshift spears and cocktails. "Now he's coming," they whisper. Young Victor knows this place. It's his dad's house. After his parents split, his dad and his new wife started a business that converted churches into mansions. Victor's dad emerges after opening a safe and says, "I slept with a shotgun these days." "What have you done, Victor?" The black masked soldiers are positioned atop the church. Victor's dad says, "I thought I recognized your voice, Victor, and you brought friends. I called the cops. You can take what you want and go." One of the black men replies, "Cops aren't too punctual these days, Pops. Something much worse is on its way." Victor says, "I thought you were in Florida for the winter." His dad responds, "Lane, my new wife, she got sick and died of cancer. I would have told you, but I never knew where the hell you were." Victor shouts, "You weren't there for Mom, you stupid old bastard. You stupid old bastard." Suddenly screams echo through the converted church. Absolute Batman perches atop of the converted church, using his skills and ingenuity to take down the black masked soldiers. Here, he doesn't rely on brute strength. He uses his talents, his wits, and his cape to dominate the fight. The black masked soldier finally beat Victor's father with a hammer. The scene is brutal and chilling. The leader of the group says, "Like I said, something much worse than us is on its way. We need guns, old man, guns." The black mask points out to Victor's dad, "Is this the only one?" Victor's dad says, "There's a floor safe behind the bar." As Victor's father, choking on his own blood, Victor can only watch in horror. The black mask gang members hear crashes coming from upstairs and realize he's inside the house. There's only one hallway leading to the stairs, the only way up or down. One of the gang members mutters, "Looks like we found our fearless leader." The leader of the black mask gang says, "We're not losing twice in one night, brothers. We just need a special brew for our last stand, crafted by reincarnated Iberian witches and synthesized from the spinal cords of frightened orphans. At least that's what they say online," he adds, drinking his potion. The true black mask leader, Roman Sionis, hires people to sow chaos. He instructs them on how to acquire arms, create mayhem, and brew potions, paying them well for their services. Meanwhile, Victor's dad opens his safe revealing Uzis and grenades. Victor is shocked. His dad is also involved with the Black Mask Gang. One of the Black Mask Gang soldiers whispers, "It's so quiet, we don't hear him." Batman is seen hanging from the walls as screams erupt from the Black Mask Gang members. Absolute Batman systematically takes out the Black Mask Gang using his cape and talons to throw, choke, and eliminate them one by one as he makes his dramatic appearance. The leader of the Black Mask Gang removes his jacket, revealing burn scars and a reminder that Absolute Batman had burned him before. Seeking revenge, he pulls out his Uzi and shouts, "You burned me once," as Victor Dad shields his son from the bullets. The burned Black Mask leader fires high-caliber rounds, destroying everything in sight, but Absolute Batman is high above, preparing to descend for his first strike. The burned leader grabs Batman by the neck and yells, "Feel my righteous hand," but Bruce Wayne, trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Judo, positions his legs for an armbar and cracks it. The local Black Mask Gang members, especially their leader, are disoriented from hallucinatory drugs, their minds chaotic. Batman mutters, "Damn." The Black Mask Gang tries throwing boiling hot oil at Batman, but each one is either disarmed or beaten down by him. Then the jacked up leader charges back in, but Absolute Batman uses a talon from his cape to fling the hot oil onto the leader's head. The hot oil drips off the gang leader as the rest of the Black Mask group flees. The leader just stands there. Because of the drugs, the pain has little effect on him. He mutters, "Burn to make light," and cast out the dark as he grabs two grenades and pulls the pins. Absolute Batman darts away just as the grenades explode. The grenades go off. Batman didn't dive away to save himself. He darted in to protect Victor and his dad. A sanctuary. That's what Batman created. As Batman lifts his cowl, Victor's dad says, "You're okay. You're all right, kid." A stained glass window from the old church shows a mother protecting her son, and now Victor's dad has protected his own child while Batman protected them both. In an iconic twist, Absolute Batman glides away into the night. The next story in the annual is presented in Bat Facts. Let's learn about bats. The scientific name for bats is Chiropteria, from the Greek chir, meaning hand, and patron, meaning wing. The fear of bats is called chiroptophobia. A single bat can fly up to 250 miles in one night and can reach of heights of 10,000 feet and can travel as fast as 60 miles per hour. Vampire bats will often share their meals with other hungry bats. As these facts are narrated, we see people terrified of Absolute Batman, then a shot of him gliding silently through the night, and finally, in a surprising moment of contrast, we see Batman quietly sharing food with the hungry, just like the bats. Bats are excellent pest controllers. A single colony can consume over 600 million insects per year. Unfortunately, more than half the bat population in the United States is at risk, though many conservation groups are working to protect them. Bats are social creatures and thrive in groups. Similarly, the social media presence of Absolute Batman grows, with more people becoming fans of his fearsome yet fascinating character. Please follow our other videos on Absolute Batman.